Have you ever wanted to find a particular module in all of your scenarios? Maybe you need to replace something, or maybe you need to upgrade a depreciated module. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that along with my friend Kirk, and we're going to build a scenario that will help you find those modules in all of your scenarios. All right, Kirk, let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So the first thing we're going to need to do is find a scenario that has the modules we're looking for. So Kirk, help me find this in this client account. And Kirk, what are we replacing here?
We're replacing Slack.
Slack, upload a file?
Several, but yeah, we're going to focus on upload a file.
Okay, so in this particular case, this is not a depreciated module. We're just going to use this as an example. So the first thing we need to do is, once we've found our scenario, we need to export the blueprint. And we're going to save that to our computer, and then we're going to open that in a text editor like Notepad or Notepad++. So here is what this scenario right here looks like when you convert it into JSON code. So don't be intimidated by this. We're just going to look for the text we want. So the module we want to change is upload a file for Slack. So, and you'll notice we have an upload a file for AWS S3. So we don't want that one. We want the Slack one. So let's go back over here. I'm going to hit Command F or Control F. I'm going to search for upload. So module, this is our AWS S3 upload file. So that's not it. Go down a little further. Right there it is. So this ID is the module 8 right here. And Slack upload a file. This is the module name we're going to be looking for in all of our other scenarios. So we had to go find that and get that in order to be able to search and build this scenario. And we're in a brand new scenario in Make, and I'm going to rename it first. All right, so the first step here, and Kirk and I both built this. Kirk, this is going to be similar to the backup scenario I built. And if you're watching and you want to be able to build a backup your Make scenarios, you can click here to get to that video. But we are looking for Make. This says premium tier, and I probably should have looked what that meant. Can you look that up while I'm working on this, Kirk, and see what premium tier on the Make means? I wonder if that means you need to have a certain plan. So I'm going to list scenarios. And so I already have a connection here. If you don't have a connection, you're going to need to use the Make API. And if you need to create a Make API key for that, you can check out this video where I walk you through that process. I'm going to skip that process for this video. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to select an organization. And I'm not going to select a team. I'm just going to leave that blank. We're going to get everything out of this organization that we're looking for in scenarios. Active scenarios, I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to change this to about 300. That'll be more than the number of active scenarios we have. We're going to hit save. And let's just run that once to get some data. And you can see we have a name here. So right here is something called used packages. And this was something Kirk suggested. This was a great idea, Kirk, by the way. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I was looking up.
This was a great idea. Huh?
I was trying to look up premium tier, but that doesn't show up anywhere. So,
well, that's not good.
Yeah.
So this shows all the packages that are used. But the thing about this is it doesn't tell you, like, you have utility, knack. So it doesn't tell you what type of modules. It just says, hey, there's a knack module in here, or there's a gateway module in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter first, just making sure we only look at the scenarios that have a Slack module. So I'm going to add the next module first here. Click on Make, and we're going to say, get a scenario blueprint. So we're going to map our scenario ID right there. And I'm just going to leave this empty and hit save. So in between here, I want to filter down, and I only want to look or retrieve blueprints of anything that has Slack in it. So we're going to say has Slack. And we're going to go up here and use, because this is an array right here, used packages. I can tell it's an array because it has those two brackets and it has multiple things in there. This one only shows gateway, but when you actually look at the data, it has more than that. This is just showing the first one. So we're going to use that, but I need to go over here to my array functions. And I'm going to use the join. And what the join is going to do is you can also use the contains, but the join is actually going to turn this into text and separate it by a comma. So I'm going to go back over here to my used packages. I'm going to put that array there and I want to separate it by a comma. And then I'm going to say the text, let's see, contains Slack. Okay. Let's just run this. So we had 26 scenario blueprints that have a Slack module. And you can see here, we return, should have been that 300 or 200 something. Let's go down here, 214. I think that's what we had over on the other page. That's exactly what we had. So we got all 214 active scenarios. 26 have a Slack module, but that doesn't mean all 26 have the particular module we're looking for, which is over here, Slack : update a file. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text aggregator right there. So a text aggregator puts together the data from multiple bundles into one bundle. So what I ultimately want to do is I want to list, looks like up to 26. It's not going to be that many. I want a list of URLs of the scenarios we need to go click into and edit. So my source module, I'm just going to make that module 1. So down here, I'm going to enter the URL and it's going to find the URL of everyone that it finds in this scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say HTTPS : and we're going to go up here to the custom functions and we want the zone domain. And what that is like us1.make.com, eu1.make.com, that kind of thing. We're going to click that. And then we're going to go / and we want the team ID right here. And then we want /scenarios / now we want the scenario ID, which is going to come from right here, /edit. And that'll give us the URL that'll go directly to the edit screen for the scenarios that contain this module that we need. So I'm going to save that. Let's see, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a filter here. So right here, if you look at the blueprint data, you see it's like numbers. And this is binary or buffer data. It's not the actual, doesn't actually look like this. So we have to convert that into text that looks like this so we can search for this item. I'm going to copy that again, make sure it's on my clipboard. Paste it right there. So what we have to do is we have to do a toString function. And you can just type those if you have them memorized, or you can go up here. I think it's text toString. You can just click right there, or you can type it. And then I'm going to put that blueprint data right there. So that's going to turn that buffer data into actual text, actual string text. And then I'm going to say contains. I always do contains in case insensitive, just in case, because I don't want it to be. Is that what you use, Kirk?
Yes.
Case insensitive? Yeah. Just kind of gives a little bit backup. And I'm going to say the text contains that. So now we're going to take those 26 modules that contain some sort of Slack module, and we're going to get only the ones that contain that particular upload a file Slack module.
And it's okay to have the colon in there, and it's going to search that, okay? The filter and
Yes. Yeah, that should be fine because it's going to look at it as a string, and we want to find
exact.
all of this. 3. Let me search for that. So that one has an upload a file too. So we don't want to confuse that one with the Slack upload a file. So that should find that. I mean, it's looking at all this as text. So that should find it just fine. All right. So we're going to save this. Let's run it. Okay. We get a little error here. You get the little yellow thing here. So the transformer should not be the last module in a route, which if we were going to use this every day, yeah, we need to do something with this transform data. But I'm just going to run this and then copy and paste those URLs. And so it doesn't matter if a transformer is there. So I'm going to say run anyways.
Hey, and I found some information on app tiers. Here's what the Make Developer Hub has to say about it. Looks like Premium 1 is included with everything but free. And then Premium 3 is up in the enterprise level.
What was the one we were looking at? I'll go back and look at it.
I think it was Premium 1.
Premium 1. Okay. So you just can't use it on a free account, but you can use it from the cheapest paid account and up.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Thank you for looking that up.
And we can include the link to that in the note.
All right. That's good info. Thank you, Kirk, for finding that. And I'm going to run this once. I'm going to run it anyway. So it found the 26 and it had one that has the specific module in it that we want. So we're going to click this and we're going to click go to. And this should be the scenario we started with. And it is. So there it is. So actually that module is only in one scenario in all of the 214 scenarios in this make account. But that's how you could easily find it. And then you have a checklist. You can just boom, 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 go down and edit those scenarios and take those particular modules out or adjust them if you need to make changes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like to subscribe to my newsletter, click a link in the description. If you want to know more about error handling, check out this playlist, and then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking my ugly head right here. Kirk, thank you for being here. And Kirk didn't say a whole lot in this video, but he did contribute to making this scenario bigger.